What is the world's worst peacetime maritime disaster? It is not the sinking of the Titanic. It is this ship, the ill-fated Dona that just 5 days before Christmas in 1987 sailed into infamy with a loss of possibly 4,000 souls, many of them burned alive in this inferno at sea. How can a passenger ferry sailing in calm water end up as Asia's Titanic? Passenger ferries like the Dona were among the cheapest and the most popular ways to travel in the Philippines, a country in Southeast Asia comprising over 7,000 islands. Just 5 days before Christmas, hundreds of people boarded the Dona for a 24-hour voyage that will take them from the island of Leyte to the capital of the Philippines, Manila. The Dona was authorized to carry a maximum load of 1,518 passengers. But on the night of the accident, survivors say there may have been more than 4,000 people on board. Up to 4 people shared makeshift cots, while hundreds sat on the floor of the 3-deck ship. A machine gunner and survivor of many battles in the provinces, Luzgardo Nieto was looking forward to a family reunion in Manila. It was so crowded, Luzgardo Nieto said, the Dona tilted to one side.
Before I rode the ship, I noticed it was tilted to one side. I told myself it must really be loaded, but it could not be avoided since it was nearing Christmas. It was really tilted. Inside the ship, there was no room for the people to move.
Many of the passengers that boarded the Dona were entire families with young children. It was going to be an exciting adventure for Aludia Baksal, only 18 years old. She decided to skip her Christmas party at school and join her father, Salvador, to spend Christmas in the country's capital. But only minutes into the voyage, Aludia realized the journey itself would be far from glamorous.
There were so many people. We were like cockroaches or ants. There were just so many of us. People were getting restless. The children were crying and it was very noisy. There was a family beside me. I felt for the children because this family was crammed into one cot and they had so much luggage. The passengers could not sleep because there was no space to lie down. There was hardly any space to sit down.
43-year-old fisherman Salvador told Aludia not to leave their family's only cot. As Aludia guards their belongings, Salvador searched the ship for food. In the kitchen, the situation was far worse.
It was a struggle to get food, so many passengers didn't get to eat. Those who were weak, old, not as alert as the rest, and those who had a hard time walking, those people went without food because they had no choice. They suffered through it.
Dona had an official passenger list of 1,493, with a crew of 59 on board. But the list may not have included as many as 1,000 children below the age of 4, and many passengers who paid their fare after boarding. Pedro Surima was only 17 at that time. He had come aboard without a ticket.
They didn't count all the passengers because the crowd just got too big. bagong-bago pa lang.
At first, they asked for your ticket before they let you aboard the ship.
Parang ticket muna bago.
But later on,
Yes.
anyone could just get on.
Matagal na, kahit na sino, pwede na umakyat.
A lot of chance passengers were able to ride the ship.
Mga chance passenger.
Like many other passengers, Pedro Surima's name would not appear in the ship's manifest. Also not in the passenger list were Philippine military soldiers and police units on their way home for the holidays. They came aboard in the hundreds, some still bearing weapons and wearing their uniforms. Lutgardo Nieto was one of them. It is believed that more than 4,000 passengers may have boarded the Dona Paz. The ship was going at a steady pace of just 26 kilometers per hour. Passengers were settling in for the night. The Dona Paz was scheduled to arrive in Manila by morning. But unknown to those on board, another vessel was heading straight at them. And this was no ordinary ship. It was a tanker loaded with over 8,000 barrels of fuel. Just 5 days before Christmas, the Dona Paz crashed into the record books as a disaster even greater than the sinking of the Titanic. The Dona Paz was authorized to carry 1,518 passengers, but on the night of the accident, survivors say there may have been more than 4,000 passengers crammed into the 3-deck ferry. It was 10 p.m. The Dona Paz was on schedule to arrive in Manila by morning. Most passengers were getting ready to sleep. But another ship, the MT Vector, was heading straight towards the Dona Paz. Aboard with his daughter Aludia, Salvador Baxal saw the ship coming.
I was standing on the side of the ship near the gangway. I was peeing. I noticed that ship immediately. I thought it was a fishing boat because it appeared small and with many lights. But after a while, it seemed to be getting too close to the Dona Paz. I said to myself, we're going to crash.
Three close friends from the province, Almario Balanay, Generoso Batola, and Morris Apura, decided to sleep on the roof deck under the stars.